have been hard at work to make sure they're in the best position possible for the 2025 season. From rookie minicamp to OTAs and mandatory minicamp, the team spent time in the classroom and on the field getting accustomed to the playbook. I'm Maddy Glab, and today we're breaking down the best storylines, highlights, and moments from OTAs and minicamp. The Bills welcomed plenty of new faces to their roster this offseason, especially on defense. With so many new players, one of the biggest goals of this offseason was building team chemistry.
The team has got to get connected, and that means guys spending time together, getting to know one another. That's a big part of who we are, but an important part of who we are, because it's hard to do that once adversity hits. It's hard to do that in the middle of the season. Beyond that, it's them getting on board with the techniques, the fundamentals, situationally, how we want to play the game.
And I think it's one, showing up and making sure that I'm here and letting the new guys see what this culture is all about and how to vibe in this locker room, and making sure that we're hanging outside the facilities and starting to develop that team. There's going to be quite a few new faces.
For him to be here, it says a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's the MVP of the league. So it pushes all of us, because you see a dude at the top doing it and still coming to something that's voluntary. So I'm looking at it like, younger guys seeing that, it's like, all right, like that's the type of place, that's the type of team, and that's the type of culture we got here in Buffalo. So it motivates us all.
Bills head coach Sean McDermott said every single player reported to mandatory minicamp. That means Bills running back James Cook was back in the building. Cook had a breakout season last year with 16 rushing touchdowns. It tied for the most in the league. The running back is seeking a new contract. He believes it'll work out how it's supposed to.
I like my money, do. I definitely do, so that's why I'm here. Everything is business, so there ain't no hard feelings. I don't ever have beef with nobody. Like I said, everything gonna work out it's supposed to work. In order enough to win a Super Bowl or compete for a Super Bowl and have a winning season, I have to be out there with my teammates.
Our interactions with Jimbo have been good the whole time throughout. I know he wasn't here, so everyone just draws their own conclusions. When you're talking about it's voluntary, we know that. He's a pro, he's a competitive dude. He loves to win. Yeah, of course he wants to take care of himself. Everyone does, and we love to see that.
Very, very proud that he's here and he's working as hard as he is, being on the field with us. I know a lot of guys that wouldn't do that, but he's out there and working hard and showing everybody that he's here for the right reasons, and hopefully that can get solved. I love Jimbo. I think the whole team does, and he's one of the best backs in the league, and hopefully that can be reflected soon.
Now, let's get to the good stuff. Buffalo's favorite quarterback had an offseason to remember. Josh Allen was named the league's MVP, signed a contract extension, and got married to actress and singer Haley Steinfeld. The MVP said getting hitched tops the list.
They've all been big, none other than marrying my best friend, and she makes everything easier, so I don't really focus on the other stuff. That was the most important decision I'll make in my life, and I made the right one.
I was very grateful to be there. Just great to see, and two really special families coming together. And it's been fun to watch him grow, and but really appreciate him being here, right? Because this is his team. He is our unquestioned leader and leader of the team. What I've seen is this truly genuine, authentic person who, yes, is in the limelight, yes, is one of the top players in our league, and maybe the top player in the NFL. But he is so authentic, so down to earth, so relatable.
Before mandatory minicamp, Buffalo's rookie class was in the building to get the lay of the land and learn about the Bills' standard. Buffalo added 9 new players through the draft, 6 on defense and 3 on offense. It's safe to say the crew was pumped to officially call Buffalo home.
I was like a little kid trying to go to sleep before Christmas last night. It's okay to be anxious, but to still go out there and be confident and know what I have, know what to do and execute. It's all just a learning process. It's a different game now, and just adjusting from my college terms to now my Buffalo Bills terms, and something I'm very excited for, something I know I can get better every practice at.
There's speed, and then there's playing fast. And I think what we're starting to see is Max playing faster and utilizing his speed because his processing is starting to slow down a little bit in the event that he's grasping what we're throwing at him, if that makes sense. So there's some flashes here and there of it, but everybody, you know, all those rookies, we got to get them playing as fast as they possibly can. And obviously Max is blessed with a lot of speed, and we'll see if that can show up consistently on the field.
Being with guys like Dion, Landon, you know, the other guys that are here with us, just knowing that, you know, nobody's alone, you know, it's guys beside you, brothers that's dealing with the same problems you're possibly going through.
We know the talent we have, and man, we were all, all SEC defensive linemen. So it's great to get all of us in one room, and I feel like we really could really play really well.
All the rookies in D-line rooms caught my eye, just the way they've come in, like eager to learn, and you could tell that they're just ready for the moment, ready to contribute anything they can.
We're going to play a lot of young guys on defense. That's the way I see it right now, at least. That there's going to be some youth to our defense, and we're going to be counting on a number of those guys to step up for us.
Buffalo added 10 new defensive linemen. I'll say that again, 10 new defensive linemen to the team this offseason. 3 of those 10 came from this year's draft. The words to describe some of these new players: tall, long, strong pass rushers. The coaches are hoping the unit can take a step forward together this season when it comes to attacking the quarterback.
I think when you talk about the players that are returning, it's just identifying from last year the areas that we need to improve to be more consistent, as I just talked about. You know, and then you talk about adding pieces that can flat out rush.
It's been fun to watch those guys work and work with the coaches and work on their techniques. And, you know, that's, as I've said before, we're going to go as a D-line goes on the defensive side. So having some young players in there, adding some new players.
It's been cool, you know. Everybody brings their own style to the way they play. So to have new faces that are gonna help us out, it's been exciting because everybody kind of, like I said, carries a different skill set.
He's been one of the premier pass rushers in this league for a long time, and I'm very excited to have him up here. You know, I made a few calls and tried to recruit him, and I don't have much success in those, but I had success in that one, so we'll take it.
I think the biggest challenge is finding the right mix while also getting the guys the right repetition. You know, there's a lot of pieces, like you said. There's a lot of competition.
The defensive line wasn't the only position group that welcomed new players. The wide receiver room added a few new faces via free agency in Joshua Palmer, Elijah Moore, and Laviska Shenault. Shocking, but one of the biggest draws to Buffalo was a chance to catch passes from an MVP quarterback in Josh Allen.
I just feel like having, being blessed with the opportunity to, God willing, have 17 for the entire season. The MVP at that, a top-tier caliber player, top-tier caliber team, top-tier caliber coaches, putting you in position, I feel like it would just be the best position that I've been put in yet. So it's so much to look forward to just from that.
What I've been the most impressed with those guys is their care for understanding and learning our offense and how we do things here. And that's what's important to me. You get a guy like Elijah, I feel like he's living here, wanting to just kind of embody it. Laviska, like I said, a lot of these guys, it's fun because we've seen them coming out. Laviska was an absolute playmaker coming out. Get the ball in his hands and good things happen. And it's been really cool to just get these guys that are playmakers, being able to see what they can do and try to get a feel of and learn them. I've been a fan of Josh's since he was coming out. He's a very intelligent football player, conscientious. Wants to know the why and the big picture to everything, and kind of a seamless fit for our room. Look, he's a guy that can play all the positions, play inside, play outside. So it was a great get for us.
I am, working hard to get on the same page with them, and they're 3 guys again that move really well. Different body types for all 3 of them. They're each really good at some things, and we got to utilize those strengths to our benefit.
It doesn't matter if Bills quarterback Josh Allen is in his 8th NFL season. Allen isn't taking his foot off the gas anytime soon. After a 5th straight season of at least 40 touchdowns, the MVP is still looking for ways to improve. This offseason is all about pre-snap tendencies.
Yeah, I think pre-snap is what we're looking at right now, and again, just trying to help me identify what I'm seeing. Better with my footwork in certain routes and certain combinations. Making sure that within the offense that, I'm doing a good job of setting the protections the right way, knowing where my answers are.
What I love about Josh is his demeanor, his approach, his mindset. I mean, it is as impressive as it gets, and it's infectious around the team. So when he walks in the building, you don't see a guy that you don't feel a guy that just won the MVP last year, and it's like, oh, you know what, like, I'm good. You feel a guy that's hungry and is trying to figure out ways to get better and embracing his new teammates and trying to get them on the same page as him.
Buffalo's facility is full of great players and great people. The Bills were missing one of those great personalities last year. Now he's back in the building. The Bills added cornerback Tre'Davious White back to their roster in April. White spent the first 7 NFL seasons with Buffalo, which included 1 All-Pro season. All of Bills Mafia was celebrating when the news dropped, but one person was a little late to the party.
I just saw that we got Trey White back, which is pretty cool. I'm off social media, so I didn't know that. I was walking in the locker room today, and I peeked him, and I went to equipment manager. I was like, is that Trey White over there?
I told my agent, man, I was like, look, if you can't get Buffalo on the line, just don't call me. This is the place that I want to be. So we were able to do it, and man, I was ready to go. Like, I was so excited. My entire family is excited. They're so excited to go into their attics, unbox those Buffalo blue jerseys, and start back wearing the Buffalo blue again. So this is a big time for me.
His energy's infectious. Right now, really what you're seeing is Tre'Davious working himself back, ingratiating himself back into the Bills system, and some things have changed here and there.
White is a true vet as this year marks his 9th NFL season. The Shreveport native will battle it out for one of the starting cornerback jobs while helping out first-round cornerback Max Hairston get settled in his first season. I mean, come on. Tre'Davious White is an incredible teammate.
I can understand the position he's in, so the only thing I can do is just give him little nuggets in his ear, anything he needs, any questions. Like, I'm here to be a resource for sure. And competition brings the best out of everybody, and it's just gonna make our team so much better.
Incredibly impressed by Trey and his willingness to serve, willingness to share, willingness to impart the wisdom he's gained, especially when they're battling for potentially the same position. I think that really says a lot about who Trey is as a person, and Trey knows he was our first pick here, and he's back to play at a high level. But he's also here to help serve the future of the organization.
With mandatory minicamp officially a wrap, the Bills get a nice break to relax and reset before training camp begins at St. John Fisher University in July. No surprise, Bills quarterback Josh Allen is already pumped for camp.
Very excited. I love camp. I love being with the guys in the dorm rooms, spending basically every waking second with your team, getting to know guys on a deeper level, and that's what I look forward to the most in developing that team. There's another aspect that I've never dealt with, and that is the hard knocks, and we'll just try to navigate it as best as we can.
That's right, we will get a peek behind the curtain as Hard Knocks sets up shop in Rochester for training camp. A lot to look forward to in 2025 as this team has some big, exciting goals. Thanks for watching our recap of the off-season training period. I'm Maddy Glab. We'll see you at camp in July.